The laundry home has been under siege since Gabby Petito's homicide and Brian's disappearance.
Come out! Come out and cooperate with the
demand answers! Where is your son?
Constant protests have the whole street on edge, and it finally reached the boiling point after one neighbor had a meltdown, accusing a protester of trespassing.
Just into the WSAV newsroom, the Chatham County Police Department issuing this statement about protesters outside the Simon home. Many of the people claiming to want justice for Quinton have turned his tragic and heartbreaking case into a money-making circus, and they have made it impossible for the people who live in the area to enjoy the peace and tranquility of their homes. This is unacceptable, and it has to stop.
What would you tell those people? I mean, I know some of them might watch this or post this on the internet tonight. What would you tell them?
Like I've been telling them for the longest time, just stop. Please just stop. Get on with your lives. Leave ours alone. You know, we can't grieve. It's just a non-stop thing. They know who they are. We have a lot of YouTubers out there that are, I'll mention YouTubers, and they are backing us. But there's a lot out there that are just terrible.
Throughout the ordeal, you both were subjected, and we discussed it actually here on the Today Show, this pretty vile trolling from people on the internet, particularly you, Jake. Can you tell us, bearing in mind that it is breakfast TV, what that was like for you and how you handled it?
I pretty much tried to stay off social media. Didn't read into too many of them, but there was a lot.
What hurt
kind
most,
of like
Ellie?
We knew the truth. I think, like, for me personally, and going through our lives, like, claiming that it was Jake, and I know how much Jake has stepped up to be Cleo's dad, and how much he is Cleo's dad. Like, for people to then accuse him because he is a stepdad, that was hard for me.
In closing, I want to thank our media friends for respecting our request to give us privacy while we celebrate my daughter today. Unfortunately, the social media frenzy has become such a monster that our teens are suffering, and we want to create a safe space for them to heal together without fear of something being taken out of context. To anyone who gains pleasure or satisfaction from commenting online, I ask you to take a moment to look inward and to try to recognize your motive. Remember the three gates that all words should flow through. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it helpful? I implore you to remember that there is honor in silence and there is kindness in minding your own business.
People online have just been ruthless. They went through and gone through all of my social media history over the past decade, just trying to find anything and everything they can about me, pulling up Facebook posts from my mom from a decade ago saying, oh, he was a hunter back in 2012. He must have done it just because a psychic had done a reading and said that it was probably a hunter, even though almost everyone in Idaho hunts at some point. And so they've just been digging into anything and everything they can find about my personal life and trying to somehow link it back to this.
This is the worst thing we'll ever go through in our lives. I've been really humbled by the support of the Australian public, the tireless efforts of the police, and all the friends and family who've put their lives on hold to help us out. And while I really appreciate all the support, I just would like to mention that negative comments on social media may hurt legal proceedings, so please be mindful of that.
The yard that they're digging up right now, the women is being charged with not reporting the death of a child.
Oh, honey.
And thank you for putting that out on the internet before our family was informed, because they were trying to protect us, and they're trying to make sure, because there's 2 people involved.
Oh my God.
They're trying to tie the case together. So thank you so much for putting that out there before they could tell us. Thank you. You have no idea what you've done to our family right now. You have no idea.